what I wanted to talk about like today is like not being afraid of like getting to the objection, right? So like even for instance, like with that conversation with the dude on the weekend, it's like I just go straight into like the biggest, hairiest point, which is like price. Like I just dive straight into it. Like, why aren't you spending more money? What do you mean? Why like, because I know I'm gonna be more expensive than what his other agency is, right? So instead of like trying to build the value and do all this stuff, like you just jump straight into the hairiest objection of like, why isn't it that you're not spending more money? Like if you're speaking to a business owner that's doing digital marketing and they say things are going well, or they're getting a 4x ROAS on their Facebook ads, awesome, how much are you spending? Oh, $3,000 a month, why aren't you spending more? Because that's a logical thing. Like, why aren't you spending more if you're getting a 4x return on your money? Are you scared? Like, what's the problem here? But that goes regardless of what the objection is. Like, don't be afraid just to go grab it by the horns and wrestle it to the ground straight out the gate, right? Most people don't. Most people will avoid those objections. Like, my big thing is obviously trying to unearth that silent objection, because you can't address or close over a fake objection. So you need to find out the real objection. And in order to do that, you just have to be really, really comfortable in getting every single objection, right? And that's why, like, you know, Andy's running those meetings in the morning is like, you don't want to get surprised when you get punched in the face on a call and hit that objection the first time. And even for you senior guys, like, you have to just be so comfortable going into the most hairy objections with multiple stakeholders on the phone, and that's like your comfort zone. Do you know what I mean? Like I really enjoy it. Like I got a thrill out of doing that deal. Do you know what I mean? Just like a Persian rug deal, and that's exciting for me as closing the you know, whoever it might be. It's the thrill of doing it, and it's like just going in and handling their objections and helping to create a situation where I know that we can really help these people. But people naturally don't like want to get into those uncomfortable positions, right? Us as human beings, like we naturally gravitate towards being comfortable, right? We don't seek discomfort, but you have to seek discomfort if you want to grow, because like you're not going to ever grow when you're comfortable, right? You're only going to grow when you're really uncomfortable. And when you are uncomfortable, what do? You take action, right? And action is like the prerequisite for being successful. So it's just like pushing yourself in all of those situations. Like if you look at like, you know, for all the seasons guys that have done big deals, we know the game. We know that it's going to be really hard to do the deals, and we know that it's going to get really uncomfortable. And for you new guys, like you realize when these older guys are doing deals, it's like the conversations are getting very uncomfortable. But so like I'm big on going like wide and having lots of deals and then going deep on everything as well, right? But it's always like, you know, when you go into those calls and you have conviction and you address the objection and you just try to wrestle it straight to the ground, there's something very real about that, and people can sense that realness, and that's where like the deals get done. Yeah, but I can't stress that enough about like those really hairy conversations. And you know, you just always hear them. You hear Dave in them when Brock was in the office. You hear him getting into those really hairy conversations, and all of these guys will really tell you that that's what it takes. It's not like you're not just going to send out the paperwork and they're like, "Yep, this all sounds fantastic. Sign me up for this $36,000 deal, or this $50,000 deal, or even this $12,000 deal." You're going to need to go in there, and even with the seasoned guys, if you feel like you're on that pitch and it just doesn't seem right, like something isn't right, and they're not opening up or they're not telling you something, literally just ask the dude, how much of what I told you do you believe? Or I don't have your attention yet, do I? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're in a call and you're not on their level looking eye to eye with them and they're being honest with you, you need to like throw a pattern interrupt in there that just shakes them up to get them to actually be real with you. Yeah, look, I'll just send out the paperwork. Just go silent for a moment. Okay, cool. Look, it doesn't sound like I've got your attention yet in terms of if you're not like asking me the serious questions about what it is that you're going, what is it that I've said that you don't believe in? Or what have I told you that someone else has told you? Or how much of what I said don't you believe in? These are uncomfortable questions. right? But it's gonna get straight to the heart of the matter, right? And there's like, it's not about being agreeable. It's not just about, you know, just trying to coast through it and hope that at the end of the day the deal gets done. Yeah, you have to agree. You don't want to bump heads with them, but you still need to navigate that call to the real hairy, nitty-gritty questions. And for you veteran guys, like, that's something that it doesn't stop. Like, you just keep getting better at doing that and better at doing that. And that was like the big thing with Dave in the beginning. He was just not able to navigate in those difficult times, and he lost so many deals as a result of it. And, you know, over the last 4 years, that's the thing that's really like changed for Dave. It's not his output, it's not the number of calls or the number of props that he gets out there. It's simply his ability to navigate very hairy situations with multiple stakeholders and just keep his cool to get the deal done. And that's something that it will be a challenge for you newer guys to get done, because it comes from experience, right? But being comfortable and that's why I say, like, you guys are gonna suck until you get the volume. Like, you just are, because you're not going to have the confidence, or you're not going to know every move before you get put into that situation. And the reason that you should be getting better and better and better, even for the guys that have been here for 3 years, is because you just put yourself in more and more and more of those situations, right? It's like in a UFC fight, it's like when the dude gets into a guillotine on the ground, like, for them not to panic, because they've already been on the mat role-playing this so many times that they don't need to freak out when they get put into that situation. And it's especially true of all the big deals. Whether you guys are trying to like sell multiple services, SEOs, trying to do everything, you know that it's gonna be put into an uncomfortable situation. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you click the like button and subscribe. We're dropping a video on YouTube every other day. And if you've got any questions about any of the content that I covered in this video, just basically leave a comment with hashtag Heysabri in the comment section, and every week we're also trying to go through all those questions and get them answered. So go ahead, click subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.